Yo, what's up? Welcome to the show. We're your host, Grant Cohn, Mod Sports, Brandon Deutsch, and we're going to be talking about the defensive coordinator search and the Senior Bowl, all kind of stuff. The electrical substation, the NFL actually addressed it today and made a statement, which is just great, man. We got to keep pushing this as far as it can go. But before we're going to get there, I want to start with Mac Jones because I don't know how much longer he's going to be on the team. And I think right now he's sort of the most interesting player they have, considering he's really valuable. If they're going to, and it seems like they said they're going to listen to, they don't want to trade him, whatever that means, but they're going to listen to calls. And I think this year it's an interesting land, what is the word? It's an interesting situation considering there aren't that many quarterbacks available coming out of college. And you got teams like the Browns, the Vikings, the Dolphins, the Raiders, the Steelers, the Cardinals, the Jets, who all need quarterbacks. And in addition, you see Sam Darnold doing well, and you could look at Mac Jones and be like, is he the next 49ers backup creation? So, guys, what do you think he's worth? Third round pick, second round pick. Which team do you think would be most aggressive in getting him? And do you think it would be wise? Do you think the Niners would be able to make the most out of this trade? Maj, you start because you have a Carhartt thing on.
If it's a second round pick, dude, I think we have to do it because how many picks do we have this year in the draft? Do you guys know?
Let me look them up.
Like
they don't have a sixth or seventh round pick, I believe. But I know legit, like I don't think they have a sixth or seventh round pick. I think it's like the last pick is fifth.
I understand Mac was very good for us, and I appreciate everything he did. I just feel like this team
7.
If Brock Purdy's your guy, why do you need Mac Jones? Why do you need Mac Jones? So I
got one in round 1, one in round 2, one in round 3, 3 in round 4, 1 in round 5. That's it.
The biggest thing is if we can get a second round pick for Mac Jones, I think you do it. No hesitation, you do it. Second round pick for Mac Jones, like you got to do it. And I think the teams that are interested, everyone's talking about the Vikings. For me, I feel like one team that should actually be interested is the Steelers. Like I know Mike McCarthy and Aaron Rodgers, but I feel Mac Jones would do well with the Steelers. I don't know why. I feel like that'd be a good fit as well. End of the day, if we can get a second round pick for Mac Jones, you do it. Simple.
I think it's very simple considering all of the picks that John Lynch has missed on, especially early in the last half decade, and the lack of picks because of the Trey Lance trade, which is evident in the lack of depth in the 49ers. You have to get an extra pick. You don't have a 6th or 7th round pick. I get it. Like that's whatever. Those players, I know Bethune was a 7th round pick and they did really well with him, but like you have to trade Mac Jones while his value is hot, especially since you already committed to Brock Purdy. Now, the other argument is Brock Purdy's always injured. So now you got to rely on Curtis Rourke as your backup or, somebody like that or a reclamation.
That's why it's not so simple.
Yeah. So you got to trust that Curtis Rourke, Maja's guy, the Canadian, what do we call him? Maple Brady?
Maple Missile.
Come in and maybe he can come in and actually be a solid backup. I mean, he is.
Or trust that the franchise quarterback getting paid $53 million a year can stay healthy,
exactly.
like Sam Darnold has the last 2 years. That would be nice. That'd be better.
Can he though? That's what I'm saying.
And then there's the other thing, right? Like the fact that if you trade him for a second round pick, the Niners, I mean, they could take Nick Martin. They could take Dante Pettis. They're not the best drafting team. So to me, it's like, yeah, he's too valuable and they have too many needs to keep him on the bench and not trade him. Like they really should trade him. But the fact that Brock misses games and the fact that Lynch or Shanahan or the two of them are just bad at drafting, especially early on, gives you pause. But if you could take that first round pick, number 27, and package it with Mac, how high up the board do you think you could get?
Well, it depends, right? I mean,
yeah.
I guess theoretically you could get up to.
So they have 27. That's worth 680 points, and let's say he's worth a mid second round pick. That's like 450 points. So 700, like that's I don't know.
You could get up to Miami's pick maybe if they want a quarterback.
You could get maybe up to 15, 14, 13, like midway through that. Maybe all the way to Miami. Yeah, maybe all the way to 11 you could get to.
Definitely 21 for Pittsburgh. If there's a player you want, you could get up. And hopefully
Minnesota 18, that's in play. Jets 16, that's in play.
Yeah.
For sure.
Minnesota is definitely in play.
Yeah.
And hey, maybe
the last time the Niners traded up for someone, they took Trey Lance. So it against Trey Lance. It's nothing against Trey Lance. It was just not the right pick for a lot of reasons. If they make a move like that, they have to take the best player available. It really doesn't matter what position he plays because you're trading a known thing in Mac Jones. Mac Jones is a good player. He's a starting quarterback. He's someone who won 5 games for you this year. So if you're trading him away, it better be for someone who's like a slam dunk. Gotta be.
People are talking about putting Mac Jones in a package for Justin Jefferson, though. I think those are like that's not going to happen.
Okay, can we talk about that? If the Niners were going to actually make an aggressive package for Justin Jefferson, Mac Jones wouldn't be in the deal. It would be Brock Purdy. If the 49ers were to call Minnesota and say, hey, we'll give you guys got a big quarterback problem.
No, it wouldn't be Brock Purdy.
We'll give you MVP candidate Brock Purdy, and all you got to do is give us that wide receiver. What do you say? 1 for 1.
One
Who
for
says
one?
no?
Oh my God. I think 49ers might say no.
Are you kidding?
I'm joking. I'm joking.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
joking.
I was like, you're a good actor, Maj. I thought you were serious.
How many firsts would the Niners have to throw in there to get Minnesota to listen, or were they not? I just don't think they want to trade one of their best players ever.
I think with Brock Purdy in that deal, there's no way they listen. They're not paying that much for a quarterback.
They're not trading Brock Purdy for, I think, an obvious reason, which is why they paid him. The fan base is in love with him, and they will go to war for him, and that's part of the reason why they didn't want to play hardball and just gave Brock $53 million a year, because they didn't want the fan base mad.
Would you do Mac Jones for Jordan Addison 1 for 1?
That's an interesting trade. I was thinking about that before we went on, and I feel like Mac Jones is worth more than Jordan Addison in a trade.
So Mac Jones a second and Jordan Addison.
No, I like it. I would think Mac Jones for Jordan Addison in a pick, because Mac Jones is a quarterback. Jordan Addison is a wide receiver who's been arrested 3 times. Good player, but I would rather have the quarterback who's good. I'm just saying.
Well,
I would think Mac's worth a second and Jordan Addison's worth like maybe a third. Maybe
also, Addison, how many years does he have left on his rookie? He only has like 1 year, right? So then you're gonna have to pay him.
I think.
Yeah, then you're gonna have to pay him.
Or the 5th round, the 5th year option, depending on what happens with that.
He becomes less valuable in that sense, right? So Mac is definitely way more valuable.
If I were going to trade for Jordan Addison, wouldn't you? I'd rather trade like Ricky Pearsall, because I feel like they have a very similar skill set. They don't really complement each other. They're kind of the same. They're kind of smaller guys who aren't going to block, but will stretch the field. So if you're going to bring in Jordan Addison, I might be like, hey, these are both 1st round picks. You don't want to give him the 5th year option. We don't want to give him the 5th year option. They both need a change of scenery. How about 1 for 1?
I still believe in Ricky. For some reason, I still do. I don't know.
I kind of do too. That's why I feel like he's actually a fair trade chip for Jordan Addison, who's like a legitimately good player.
I just feel like if we got Jordan Addison, I'd want another guy. Because if you get rid of Ricky Pearsall, then we only have Jordan Addison. That's it.
All right, so you hold on. You trade Ricky straight up for Jordan Addison, and then you take Mac Jones with your 1st round pick, and you trade it to Pittsburgh or whoever for one of those teen picks, and take the best wide receiver available. Boom! Now you got 2 wide receivers.
That's solid. I mean, the thing is, would Kyle play the rookie wide receiver? That's the problem.
He played Ayuk as a rookie. He doghoused him the 2nd year.
Yeah. Okay, so that's a 1st round wide receiver.
Right.
Pearsall, he tried to play, but then he got shot. So
right.
So again, that's different.
But he definitely has been putting Pearsall on the field as much as possible to justify drafting him.
I like Pearsall, though. I think, he's kind of a perfect receiver for Brock. He's pretty good at separating. He doesn't really drop passes. I think the issue is that Brock gets laser vision towards Juwan Jennings. So let Jennings walk and see who Brock wants to actually throw to.
He's had laser vision to Juwan Jennings for years, and I think it like blew Brandon Ayuk's mind.
Yeah.
They can't resign
Brandon Ayuk thinks of Brock privately and vice versa.
Oh,
those guys never really get along after the Super Bowl.
I know for a fact Ayuk thinks Purdy's ass. Like he's the type of guy like, what do you think about Purdy? He's like, bro, that boy ass. Like I just have a feeling that's Ayuk.
He was campaigning for Purdy for a long time, and then the Super Bowl happened, and he kind of felt like he got froze out. And then I wonder if he felt like Purdy sort of hung him out to dry on that pass over the middle where he got hurt. And I wonder if Purdy even called him afterward. Like they have a very straight. Anyway, it doesn't matter anymore. Brandon, good luck. Mac Jones, you think he's going to be on this team in April?
No. You have to trade him before the draft, right? Like you can't. There's no point in trading Mac Jones after the draft. I
just feel like teams are going to look at Darnold and be like, "Wow, look at what a good job the Niners did, sort of springboarding his career. Mac Jones might be even better." I mean, he's not the athlete that Sam Darnold is, but I feel like as his temperament is better. I mean, I think he's more of a competitor. I'm still kind of concerned about Sam
Well,
Darnold's
Grant,
confidence.
people are calling us like the quarterback whisperers. People are like, Mac Jones goes somewhere else. Maybe the Niners should get Zach Wilson, and then we'll reignite Zach Wilson's career, and then he'll go on and be a good quarterback. Like,
I feel like Zach Wilson might have just been a total fugazi. What do you guys think? I mean, he had one good year at BYU, but it was like during the pandemic and it wasn't that great. And then he's kind of stunk everywhere. He's played for good coaches. Darnold had never played for a good coach until he came to the 49ers.
Yeah,
Mac Jones was playing for Matt Patricia and shit. Like, it's a little different.
I believe in Trey way more than Trey Lance. I mean, Trey Lance has more talent. You know,
I'm done with Trey Lance. That
no,
shit
but
is
the
over.
problem with Lance was, it was COVID. He didn't start a lot in college, so you got a guy who is incredibly talented that wasn't ready to play NFL football. I think it was the same thing with Zach. The problem is Zach can't play in structure at all. Trey Lance at least attempts to play in structure. Like within a system.
Yeah, he does.
Zach can't do that. Like, that's the issue. I think a reclamation project that could be next that no one's really talking about is Tua as the backup of the 49ers.
No.
I'm not kidding. If they get out of
it. But I know why you say that. I just feel like he's had so much trauma. Yo, there's other options though. Like Kirk Cousins is expected to get released. I don't know if he would want to be a backup again, but him and Kyle are like best friends, and
I have one guy. Will Levis.
Can he play in structure though?
Dude, Will Levis has an arm, dude. He has
can't play in structure, Maj.
Yeah,
he doesn't know how to read defenses.
Was he even in the league this year? Is he on a team?
I think he's on the Titans. He was injured the whole year though.
Okay.
I think the issue is Kyle wouldn't know what to do with like an Anthony Richardson or Will Levis, because they're just out of structure players that won't abide to his system. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think
he'd rather have Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, or Jimmy Garoppolo, guys.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Do you think they're going to get Jimmy Garoppolo? He's going to be a free agent. I don't think they like each other, though. But what are Jimmy's options?
I don't know.
If I'm Jimmy, I'd go back to the Niners, honestly.
Why not? Because it's like you're going to play at some point, most likely. Sorry, Brock. And then you can show that, like, hey, I'm not that much worse than him. Hey, I'm like Mac Jones, too. Remember? I used to win over here all the time. Anyone can, except for Trey, apparently. Sorry, Trey. Trey. But I'm just saying, Jimmy should do that. It'd be hilarious.
No, I don't think Jimmy would ever come back here. Like, his brother always talks shit about the Niners on social media.
I think it's much more likely to be Kirk.
Dude, Kirk Cousins.
I'm excited for Kirk Cousins in the Niners after all these years.
Yeah, Kyle Dusty, the guy he's wanted his entire life at 38.
What if he's the one who ends up leading the Niners to a Super Bowl victory?
I was going to say that. What are the chances?
This could have been the dynasty the whole time.
Yeah, what are the chances Brock gets hurt and Kirk Cousins actually throws
100%.
For like 4,000 yards?
I didn't mean to say that, but it's football. It's brutal.